My name is Marissa, and this is our power yoga. We're going to start out just by sitting at first. So just come down to sit, and we'll cross our legs, crossing the legs, just crossing at your shins and sitting up nice and tall. While you're sitting here with your legs crossed, push down into your sitting bones and lengthen up through the crown of your head. Just sitting here nice and tall. As you push down into your sitting bones and lengthen up through the crown of your head, hug your belly in and puff out your low back. So there's this kind of integration of your core that you're being supported. Then take your hands to prayer in front of your heart. Let your thumbs come to your sternum, the bony portion of your heart, giving you a lift. And then gently close your eyes. As you're sitting here with your palms together and your eyes closed, let your awareness settle around your breathing. That you're observing your own breath. Almost like you're watching your breath come in through your nose, watching your breath swirl through your body, and watching your breath glide right back out through your nose. So there's a slowing down as you concentrate on your breathing. Now, this focus on our breathing can remain throughout our practice, even as we add other things layered on top of it. In the background is always the focus of our breathing, that we're slowing down, taking time to connect to ourselves. With your eyes remaining closed, just think about this transition into September. It's the start of a new year. We begin again. It's an opportunity for a clean slate. So even though we may be doing many of the same things that we've done year after year, it's an opportunity to look at them differently, to approach them differently. It's a chance for change, for things to shift and evolve. Bow your head down into your heart. Even though your eyes are closed, it's like you're looking inward to your ability to shift and change. Then lift your head and release your hands. Separate your eyelashes to open your eyes. Switch the crossing of your legs so the opposite shin is in front. Sweep the arms out and all the way up. Twist to your right, your hands come down. Breathe here. While you're sitting here, pushing down into your sitting bones and twisting to the right, send your shoulders down your back. Then come back to center with the arms up, and then twist to your left, your hands come down. While you're sitting here, pushing down into the sitting bones, you're broadening across your chest and the shoulders come down. Come back to the ceiling to center, and then lower your hands down. Come out to all fours, to hands and knees. Have your hands right under your shoulders and your knees right under your hips. Tuck your toes. Inhale, arch your spine and look to the sky. Exhale, round your spine and look in. 3 more. Inhale, arch and look up. Exhale, round and look in. 2 more. Inhale, arch and look up. Exhale, round and look in. 1 more. Inhale, arch and look up. Exhale, round and look in. Come to a neutral spine that your back is flat. Your belly hugs in so your low back puffs out. But instead of the upper back puffing up, there's a trench in your upper back between your shoulder blades as your outer arms hug in. Keep your toes tucked and slide your right leg long back behind you on the mat. All of your toes are tucked. Shift your weight forward and back, like your shoulders are going forward of your fingers and then returning over the fingers. And then find stillness. And then return the right knee under the hip, the toes tucked. Do it with the left leg long back behind, your toes are tucked. Shift your weight forward and back, that the shoulders are coming forward of the fingers, then returning over the fingers. It's a stretch for your left hamstring. Then find stillness. Then return this knee. Set your knees just a little bit wider apart. Point your feet. Send your big toes to touch. Sit back on your heels. Then walk your hands forward. Your elbows are off the ground. Spread your fingers wide. Keep the hands shoulder distance apart. Keep walking the hands forward, that you're stretching forward until your forehead comes to the ground, but your elbows are lifted off the ground. Keep your butt pulling back to your heels. You're in a child's pose. Breathe here. Stay doing what you're doing. And in your mind, return to this idea not only of following your breathing, but of your ability to change, that we're stepping into September. And maybe we'll be doing the same things that we've done year after year, but we may see them differently, getting a new perspective. Lift your forehead up. At first, both hands are down, but now take your right arm under the left. Take your right temple down to the mat. You're in a twist. Breathe here. Lift your head up. Reach the right arm forward onto the ground. Loop the left arm under the right, the left temple down to the ground. Breathe here. Lift your head up, send the left arm forward. Walk your hands closer to you. Then lift yourself that your shoulders go over your wrists. Realign your knees no longer wide, but right under your hips. So you're narrowing the knees to come right under the hips. And tuck your toes. It's the opposite of pointing. Slide your right leg long back behind. Then slide your left leg long back behind. You're in a plank position. Then lower just your right knee down to the mat, and then lower your left knee down to the mat. So we'll lift the right knee, lift the left knee, lower the right knee, lower the left knee, lift right knee, lift left knee, lower right knee, lower left knee. One more, lift right knee, lift left knee, lower right knee, lower left knee. Let's lift the left knee up. The toes are still tucked. Then lift the right knee up. Then lower the left knee down, then lower the right knee down. So you're just lifting your left knee and your right knee, lower the left knee and lower the right knee. Lift your left knee and right knee, lower the left knee, lower the right knee. One more, lift your left knee and right knee. Let's stay here. You're in a plank position. Then go upwards and backwards, downward facing dog. In downward facing dog, tug your heels backwards and down. Bend one knee at a time so you're pedaling your feet. Then find stillness with your legs straight. Come forward to plank, your shoulders over your wrists. Keep your hips elevated as high as your shoulders, so you're not sinking the hips, you're not sagging the hips. Go upwards and backwards, downward facing dog. Inhale, come forward to plank with your shoulders over your wrist. Exhale, go upwards and backwards, downward facing dog. Do that 2 more times. Inhale, forward. Exhale, backwards. Do it 1 more time. Inhale, forward. Exhale, backwards. Look between your thumbs and walk your feet forward in between your hands. Have the feet at the front of your mat, hip width apart. It's about 5-6 inches apart. The feet are parallel to each other. Inhale, lift yourself to a tabletop as your palms face each other. Your back is parallel to the ground. Then exhale, fold over, your palms face behind you. Do that again. Inhale, tabletop. Exhale, fold. 2 more. Inhale, tabletop. Exhale, fold. 1 more. Inhale, tabletop. Exhale, fold. Sweep your arms out and all the way up. Right up at the ceiling, take your hands to high prayer. Then take your prayer hands to your heart. Keep your prayer hands together. Let's lubricate the shoulders. Reach your prayer hands forward and up and back in front of your heart. Forward, up, and in. 2 more. Forward, up, and in. 1 more. Forward, up, and in. Let's reverse it. Go up, forward, and in. 3 more. Up, forward, and in. 2 more. Up, forward, and in. 1 more. Up, forward, and in. Stay here. Close your eyes and push down into your feet. Lengthen and spread your toes, getting a broad base of stability of foundation through your feet. You're pushing down. Now keep pushing down, but add to it a pulling up so that your muscles begin to wrap around your bones. Keep the activation of your legs pushing down and pulling up, and add to that your belly button going in towards your spine and up towards your nose. So now your core is activated in and up. Then from the crown of your head, send energy down your spine, down evenly into your hands, pushing into themselves evenly. That energy from the crown of the head going down into your feet evenly. So now your whole body is activated. Keep this activation of the muscles wrapping around the bones, but soften your outer body like you're softening your skin draping over you. Stay here with your eyes closed and return again to our beginning, to looking at something that we do the same with a new perspective, that you're finding somewhere new for your breath to roam within your own body. So you're doing the same thing of standing that you've probably done many times before, but you're finding something new here, that your breath can roam somewhere inside of you that it has not gone before. Then separate your eyelashes to open your eyes, release your hands, sweep your arms out and all the way up. Dive forward, your arms go out to the sides and down. Inhale, lift to a flat back tabletop. Exhale, fold over. Sweep your arms out and all the way up. The hands land shoulder distance apart. Dive forward, the arms go out to the sides and down. Inhale to a tabletop. Exhale, fold over. Sweep the arms out and all the way up. Dive forward, the arms go out to the sides and down. Inhale to a tabletop. Exhale, fold over. Sweep the arms out and up. Hold on to your elbows and stretch over to your right, and then come straight up. Do it again, still holding the elbows. Go to your right and come up. 2 more, to your right and come up. 1 more, go to your right and stay to the right. Keep holding your elbows, but take your left arm back by your left ear and peek up to the left. While you're side bending, stretching to the right, ground down through the outside of your left foot. So you not only get a stretch on the outside of your left waist, you get a stretch on the outside of your left hip. Then look straight ahead and rise up. Switch the holding of your elbows, so the opposite hand on top. Lift up and over to your left while you're looking straight ahead, and then come up. Do it 3 more times. Go over to your left and come up. 2 more, to your left and come up. 1 more, go to your left. Stay holding the elbows. Glide your right arm back by your right ear and look up towards the right. Breathe here. While you're side bending, stretching to the left, ground down through the outside of your right foot. So you're not only getting a stretch to the outside of your right waist, you're getting a stretch to the outside of your, you're not only to the outside of that hip, that right hip is getting a stretch. Then look ahead and rise up. Lift your arms to the ceiling, turn the palms out, dive forward, the arms go out to the sides and down. Inhale to a tabletop. Exhale, fold over. Step your right leg long back behind. It's a low lunge. Take your back knee down and point your back foot. Now you're going to leave your back knee down on the ground, but lift your back foot up. And then reach your left arm forward, up, and back. Maybe your left hand can hold on to your right toes. Maybe the left hand can hold the right toes. Your foot is pointed. Turn and open to the left. Breathe here. Feel an opening in that left shoulder. Feel an opening across your chest. Let's release the grip so the right foot will go down. The left arm comes up, forward, and down. You're on these high finger pads framing your front foot. Tuck your back toes and lift your back knee. Now, as best you can, begin to straighten your front leg just as best as you can. The sole of the foot stays down. And then rebend your front knee. So as best you can, straighten the front leg and rebend. 2 more, straighten and bend. 1 more, straighten. Let's stay here. Our torso is parallel to the ground. The crown of our head is reaching forward, and this front knee is straight. Inhale here. Exhale, bend your front knee. Lift your left arm to the ceiling. You're in a twist. Let's scoop this left arm from the outside of the left thigh to the inside. You're going to twist and look to the right. Inhale, the left arm comes up. Exhale, scoop, twisting. 2 more, up and scoop. 1 more, up and scoop. Let's return the left arm to the sky. Keep the left arm to the sky. In a moment, not yet, we're going to walk the back foot forward. Both of our knees will be bent. Our feet will be hip width apart, and that left arm will be to the sky. Try it now. You're walking the back foot forward. The feet are apart. The knees are bent. You're looking up to your left thumb. Breathe here. Lower this left hand down. Drop your head. Straighten your legs as best you can and clasp your hands at your low back. As you drop your head, send your knuckles to the sky. You're clasping your hands. Drop your head. Release your hands outside of your feet. Inhale, lift to a flat back tabletop. Exhale, fold over. Sweep your arms out and all the way up. Dive forward, your arms go out to the sides and down. Inhale to a tabletop. Exhale, fold over. Right away, let's do the second side. Slide your left leg long back behind. You're in a low lunge. Take your back knee down and point your back foot. Reach your right arm. Oh, you know what? Let's keep the back knee down, but we'll lift the back foot up. So we're lifting the back foot even though the knee is down. Reach your right arm forward, up and back. See if this right hand can reach around and hold the left toes. Sometimes what I do is I kind of move that left foot a little bit to the right so that I can grab hold of the foot. Then turn and open to the right. So the right hand is holding the left foot is pointing, and you're turning, opening to the right. There's a stretch across your chest. There's a stretch for the right shoulder. Breathe here. So we're in the same body that we've been in for however many years we're alive, and yet we can see it with a new perspective. The same way that we're stepping into September with a new perspective. Maybe we'll be doing many of the same things, but maybe it feels all new, brand new, as we see it differently, coming at it from a different angle. Let's release the grip. The left foot goes to the floor. The right arm goes up, forward, and down. We'll tuck the back toes and lift the back knee off the ground. So here you are in a low lunge. Let's begin to straighten this front leg as best we can, and then rebend it. The sole of the foot stays down. We're just straightening this front leg as best we can, and then rebending it. 2 more. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. 1 more. Inhale, straighten. Let's stay here, breathe here. Your torso is parallel to the ground. The crown of your head is reaching forward. Then rebend your front knee. Reach your right arm to the sky. You're in a twist. From the outside of the right thigh, scoop this right arm from the outside to the inside, and then lift it back up. 3, scoop and twist, look to the left, and lift it back up. 2 more, scooping and lifting. 1 more, scooping, and then lift the arm up. We'll keep this right arm up, not yet, but in a moment, we're going to walk the back foot forward. The feet will be hip width and parallel. The knees will be bent and that right arm is staying up. Try it now. Walk the back foot forward. The feet are apart, the knees are apart, the knees are bent. You're looking up to your right hand. Breathe here. On an exhale, lower this right hand down, drop your head. As best you can, straighten your legs. At your low back, interlace your fingers your second way, your non-habitual way of clasping. Lift your knuckles to the sky as you drop your head. Then release your hands. Inhale to a tabletop. Exhale, fold over. Sweep your arms out and all the way up. Gather the energy to high prayer. Prayer hands come down in front of your heart. Close your eyes. Push down into your feet. Pull up from your feet. Engage your core that your belly is hugging in and up. Send energy down from the crown of your head, down your spine to your feet, down your spine to your hands. Puff out your low back. Breathe here. In the spirit of finding something new, maybe think of something that you'll be doing this year. That's the same thing that you've done year after year, but you're interested in having it shift and change. You're interested in finding a new relationship to it, at looking at it differently. Maybe think of one situation that you're going to be coming into this year ahead, or one person, whatever it may be, whatever it means to you. And maybe you can even visualize it changing and shifting. Just like we're keeping the focus of our breathing in the background, keep that in the background as well. Open your eyes, release your hands, sweep the arms out and up, dive forward, the arms go out to the sides and down. Inhale to a tabletop, exhale, fold over. Step backwards to a plank position. It's the top of a push-up. So your hands are shoulder distance apart and the shoulders are right above your hands. Your feet are hip width apart and your hips are lifted as high as your shoulders. Let's bend the elbows to point backwards. We're going to lower ourselves all the way down to lay down on our belly. Point your toes and lift your heart with your elbows bent, pulling backwards. You're in a baby cobra. Then lower your forehead down. Do that 3 more times. Inhale, lift your heart. You're opening up. Exhale, lower your forehead down. 2 more. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. 1 more. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Tuck your toes and push yourself up to a plank position. Go backwards, downward facing dog. Inhale, come forward to plank. Exhale, lower yourself all the way down to the mat. Point your toes and lift your heart. It's a baby cobra. Lower yourself back down. Tuck your toes and push yourself to a plank position. Go backwards, downward facing dog. Look between your hands and walk your feet forward in between your hands. Your feet are hip width and parallel. Inhale to a tabletop. Exhale, fold over. Sweep your arms out and up. The hands land shoulder distance apart at the sky. Dive right back down to the ground, the arms out and down. Inhale to a tabletop. Exhale, fold over. Step your right leg backwards. It's a low lunge. Keep your back heel lifted. At the ground in front of you, hook your thumbs and then reach the arms forward, only parallel to the ground. So your torso and arms are parallel to the ground. Keep your thumbs hooked and then rise up with your thumbs hooked. Stretch over to your left and come up. 3 more, left and come up. 2 more, left and come up. 1 more, left and come up. Keep the thumbs hooked. In a moment, we'll be standing at the front of the mat with the legs straight, the feet hip width apart, and the thumbs hooked. Try it now. Your legs get straight, they're apart, the thumbs are hooked. Instead of stretching to the left like we did in that low lunge, stretch now to your right and up. 3 more, right and up. 2 more, right and up. 1 more, right and up. Keep your thumbs hooked, bend your knees. Your torso is trying to be parallel to the wall in front of you. So you're on a diagonal a little bit. Hug your belly in and puff out your low back. Straighten your legs and take your arms out to a T, your torso parallel to the ground. Reach your arms backwards, your palms are face up, your legs are straight. Bend your knees and reach your arms to the sky and lift your heels. Now we're going to alternate this pose. It's a chair pose with the feet apart and the heels lifted. We're going to alternate this with the arms in T and our torso parallel to the ground when the heels are down. Let's try that now. So your torso is parallel to the ground, your arms are in a T and your heels are down. Go back to that chair with the heels lifted. Let's do it 3 more times. Parallel to the ground, heels down, arms in a T. And then chair pose with the heels lifted. 2 more times. Parallel to the ground, arms in a T. Heels down, and chair with the heels lifted. One more time, parallel to the ground with the arms in a T, heels down. And chair with the heels lifted. Stay here, breathe here. Now, instead of gripping and tightening the toes, lengthen and widen your toes. Hug your belly in and puff out your low back. Just breathe here. Then push into the feet, rise up, turn the palms out, dive forward and down. Inhale, lift to a tabletop. Exhale, fold over. Step backwards to a plank position, top of a push-up. Bend your elbows, go only halfway down, chaturanga. Pull through up dog, you're on pedicures. Your knees and thighs are off the ground. Go backwards, downward facing dog. Do that again. Inhale, come forward to plank. Exhale, lower yourself halfway down, chaturanga. Pull through up dog. We'll meet backwards in downward facing dog. Breathe here. So just like your home has different rooms in your home, there's a kitchen, there's an area of dining room or a living room or a den, there's a bedroom, there's different rooms in your home. There's different spaces for you to roam around in your home. There's different rooms and spaces to roam around inside of your body. So visit the different spaces, the different rooms inside of your body. Let your breath explore the different spaces, the different rooms inside of your body. Look between your hands and bend your knees and hop your feet forward in between your hands. Your feet go hip width and parallel. Inhale, lift to a tabletop. Exhale, fold over. Sweep your arms out and up. Dive forward, the arms go out the sides and down. Inhale to a tabletop. Exhale, fold over. Let's do that series on the second side. Step your left leg long back behind you in a low lunge. At the ground in front of you, hook your thumbs, your second way of hooking, and then just reach your arms forward. So you're hooking your thumbs, but your torso and your arms are parallel to the ground. You have all this power to hold yourself stable here. Then rise up with your thumbs hooked and stretch over to your right and come up. 3 more, right and come up. 2 more, right and come up. 1 more, right and come up. Keep the thumbs hooked. Not yet, but in a moment, we're going to step forward. The feet will be hip width apart, the thumbs will be hooked, and the knees will be straight. Try it now. Now, instead of stretching over to the right like we did in that lunge, stretch now to your left, the thumbs are hooked, and come up. 3 more, left, and come up. 2 more, left, and come up. 1 more, left, and come up. Keep your thumbs hooked. Bend your knees. Take out the arching in your low back by hugging your belly in and puffing out your low back. Take your arms to a T, bring your torso parallel to the ground, straighten your legs. Reach your arms behind you, your palms are face up. Reach your arms forward and up, bend your knees and lift your heels. So we're going to alternate this chair pose with the feet apart and the heels lifted, with now coming forward parallel to the ground. So notice how you're not folded over, that your head is down. Your arms are in a T. Your heels are down, but the head is reaching forward, not down to the ground. Let's go to chair, heels lifted, and then parallel to the ground with the arms in T, heels down. Let's do it 2 more times. Chair, parallel to the ground, heels down. Chair. We're going to end in a chair, so let's do 1 more parallel to the ground. And chair with the heels up. We'll linger here, stay here. So again, that idea of finding something new. What is it to stay with something a little bit longer? What comes up when you settle in? So you're settling down and something comes up when you stay with something a little bit longer. Let's push into the feet, rise up, turn the palms out, dive forward and down. Inhale to a tabletop. Exhale, fold over. Step backwards to a plank position, top of a push-up. Bend your elbows, go halfway down, chaturanga. Pull through up dog. We'll meet backwards in downward facing dog. Do that again. Come forward to plank. Go halfway down, chaturanga. Pull through up dog. Go backwards, downward facing dog. Again, linger here. What can you find new here? When you stay with something a little bit longer, what comes up? What floats to the surface? What newness can be found in the same old routine? What newness can be found by doing something new? By changing the routine? Look between your hands, bend your knees, and hop your feet forward in between your hands. The feet go hip width and parallel. So by doing a brand new routine, what comes up? Shaking things up. Inhale, tabletop. Exhale, fold. Sweep your arms out and all the way up. Dive forward, the arms go out, the sides and down. Let's do a new routine. Inhale, tabletop. Exhale, fold over. Right leg goes long back behind. You're in a low lunge. Reach your arms forward and all the way up. You're in a high lunge. Keep your back heel lifted. Stack your hands behind your head. Now we're simultaneously going to bend the back knee and twist to the left. And then we come up with the arms up in center and straight in the back leg. So simultaneously twist with hands stacking, the back knee is bent. And then we come up with the back leg straight and the arms up. Let's do it 2 more times. We're twisting with the hands stacked behind the head. And then we're coming up with the arms up. And then 1 more time, twisting, the back knee bends. And then coming up, the back leg is straight. Here we are in a high lunge. Come to stand at the front of the mat with the right knee up. Then straighten your right leg out in front of you. We're going to keep the toes lifted. Lower your right heel down, but the ball of the foot is lifted. Then come forward. Your hands are going to go to your shin, but your torso is parallel to the ground. So don't go all the way down parallel to the leg. Breathe here. Maybe your hands can go to high finger pads, framing the front foot. Breathe here. Bend your right knee, step the right foot onto the mat. The feet go hip width and parallel. Inhale to a tabletop. Exhale, fold. Sweep your arms out and up. Dive forward, the arms go out to the sides and down. Inhale to a tabletop. Exhale, fold. Step backwards to a plank position, top of a push-up. Bend your elbows, go halfway down, chaturanga. Pull through up dog. We'll meet backwards in downward facing dog. Do that 1 more time. Come forward to plank. Go halfway down, chaturanga. Pull through up dog. We'll meet backwards in downward facing dog. Breathe here. Like your breath is moving all the way to your fingers and toes. Look between your hands and bend your knees and hop your feet forward in between your hands. Walk to the front edge of the mat, separate your feet hip width and parallel. Inhale, tabletop. Exhale, fold. Sweep your arms out and up. Dive forward, the arms go out to the sides and down. Inhale to a tabletop. Exhale, fold over. Step your left leg long back behind. You're in a low lunge. Reach your arms forward and up. You're in a high lunge. Stack your hands behind your head. Twist to your right as you bend your back knee. So you're twisting and bending at the same time. Come back to center, your arms come up and the back leg gets straight. Do it 3 more times. Stack, twist, bend, and come up. 2 more. Stack, twist, bend, and come up. Do it again. Stack, twist, bend, and come up. You're in a high lunge. Take your back knee into your chest like you're standing on a high step. Then straighten this leg out in front of you. The toes stay up as you lower the heel down. So your toe, let me move back so you can see this. So your foot is flexed. Let's come down parallel to the ground. Your hands go to your leg, but your torso remains parallel to the ground. Breathe here. Maybe your hands go to high finger pads, framing the front foot. Bend your left knee, step your back foot forward so the 2 feet are hip width apart, or the front foot goes backwards just so you're at the front of the mat. Inhale, come to a tabletop. Exhale, fold over. Sweep your arms out and up. Hold on to your elbows overhead. Bend your knees. Bring your torso parallel to the ground. Keep holding your elbows and then bring your torso parallel to your thighs. Then sway side to side with your knees bent. Find stillness, come parallel to the ground. Come upright with your knees bent, looking forward. Push into the feet, rise up. Switch the grip of holding the elbows. Bend your knees. Come parallel to the ground. Come parallel to your thighs. Keep your knees bent, sway side to side. Find stillness, come parallel to the ground. Come upright with your knees bent. Push into the feet, rise up, lift the arms, dive forward, arms out to the sides and down. Inhale to a tabletop. Exhale, fold over. Step your right leg long back behind. You're in a low lunge. Take your whole back foot down. Reach your arms forward and up. You're in a warrior 1. Notice how your feet are not on a tightrope, but the feet are on imaginary train tracks, that there's some width between the feet. There's hip distance between the feet. Breathe here in this warrior 1, very strong pose. Then lower your hands and clasp your hands behind your back. Lift your heart. Just pause here. Let's get a running head start by lifting up and looking to the sky, then diving forward. Let's just come parallel to the front thigh. Then from there, let's go a little bit further. Take the left shoulder inside of the left knee, but then move your nose over your front big toe. So the left shoulder is inside of the left knee, but your nose is coming forward over your left big toe. Breathe here. Stay folded forward, lift your back heel, take your back knee down. Take your arms inside of your front foot. So your hands come inside of this front foot. You're gonna bend your elbows and take your left arm under the left thigh, the right arm out to the side. You have these airplane wings. Now, in order to get this left shoulder under the left thigh, you had to go low with the left shoulder. Go just as low with your right shoulder so that your torso and arms are parallel to the mat. Let's release the hands to frame the front foot. Tuck the back toes. We're going to do something a little bit different today. Let's move the right hand out to the right because we want to have some space for now this right knee to come into our chest. The right leg is going to shoot out in front of us. So we're going to be sitting down. You're sitting down here. Take your first just clasp your hands over your left shin and then lift your right leg up and down. 7, down. 6, down. 5, down. 4, down. 3, down. 2, down. 1. Take your left hand behind you on high finger pads, right arm to the ceiling. Right elbow outside the left knee, turn and twist to the left. So we kept that left foot where it is. We didn't take it across. Let's return to center, the hands clasped. Let's bend the knees. Take your hands out behind you. I'm moving the hands a little bit wider than the shoulders. My fingers face away from me like they're facing out. Then I'll move my hands a little bit closer to me so I get this kind of leverage to lift my butt up. Maybe you'll be able to do this keeping the feet exactly where they are. Maybe you come out of it a different way. We're coming to a forward bend. So I'm going to use my hands walking around to come out to a forward bend. However you can get to a forward bend, come to a forward bend. Inhale to a tabletop. Exhale, fold over. Sweep your arms out and all the way up. Dive forward, the arms go out to the sides and down. Let's do the second side right away. We'll step the left leg long back behind. It's a low lunge. We'll take the whole back foot down and reach the arms forward and up. We're in a warrior one. Let's just linger here for a moment. As the front knee is bent, that back leg is super strong and straight. So both legs are doing something different, but they have equal amount of energy, equal force running through them. Breathe here. Feel how not only is your lower body lit up, but your upper body is lit up as well. So even though the hands obviously are not down on the ground, they have just as much energy as the legs do. From this warrior one, lower your hands by your side, clasp your hands behind your back, your second way of clasping. Then let's get a running head start to lean back, presenting the heart to the sky. Then come forward. First, you're just parallel to the ground. Then slide your right shoulder inside of your right knee and move your nose over your front big toe. So now your right shoulder is inside of your right knee and your nose is trying to reach over your front big toe. This is a devotional warrior. Breathe here. You can drop your head and your neck, letting go. Let gravity assist you here. That you're getting a deeper stretch because gravity is helping you drop. Then release your hands to frame your front foot. Take your back knee down. Let's take the right arm under the right thigh, the left arm out to the side. Here you are in an airplane pose. So you had to go very low to get the right shoulder under the right thigh. And you had to go very low to get that, to try to keep both shoulders in line with each other. Breathe here. See if you can keep length in the back of your neck, that you're not shortening the back of your neck. Then release your hands to frame your front foot. Lift your back knee. Let's move the left hand out to the left a little bit because we're now going to take the left knee into the chest. We're going to slide this left leg forward as we sit down. Clasp your hands over your right shin. Lift your left foot up and down. 2, down. 3, down. 4, down. 5, down. 6, down. 7, down. 8, down. Take your right hand behind you on high finger pads, the left arm to the ceiling, left elbow outside the front knee, turn and twist. So we're doing this today without crossing the legs. You're in this seated spinal twist with the legs as they are. Breathe here. Unwind, clasp the hands over this right shin, sitting up nice and tall. Then bend both knees. Take your hands a little behind you and out to the sides, the fingers face away. Then move your hands a little bit closer to you as you lift your butt up. We're trying to keep the feet where they are as the hands walk around to come to a forward bend. So however you can make your way to a forward bend. Inhale to a tabletop. Exhale, fold over. Sweep your arms out and all the way up. Let's hold on to the elbows once again and just arc backwards. And then come forward and down with straight legs, holding your elbows. Inhale, go up and back. Exhale, forward and down. 2 more, up and back. Forward and down. 1 more, up and back. Forward and down. Release your hands in front of your feet. So your hands are going to high finger pads in front of your feet. Bend your knees. Let's cross the right leg behind the left leg. Stay here, we'll all get this. It's like a curtsy step. So the right foot is like to the outside over to the left. The right ball of the foot is down. The right toes are facing towards the right. It's like this kind of curtsy step with both knees bent. Let's keep the knees bent and come upright with your hands on your hips. So both knees are bent and your hands are on your hips, like you're trying to turn your hips forward. Now we're going to keep the curtsy step, but we're going to straighten the legs as we lift the arms up. And then we're going to go forward and all the way down. We'll bend the knees and we'll uncross. We'll do it a little bit faster, 7 more times. So it's curtsy, hips, sky, down, unwind. 6, curtsy, hips, sky, down, unwind. 5, curtsy, hips, sky, down, unwind. 4, curtsy, hips, sky, down, unwind. 4, curtsy, hips, sky, down, unwind. 3, curtsy, hips, sky, down, unwind. 2, curtsy, hips, sky, down, unwind. 1, curtsy, hips, sky, down, unwind. Let's do that with the left leg. We're going slow for the first one. Left ankle crosses behind the right. Let's just stay here. So your left ball of the foot is down. Your left toes are pointed towards the left, and the left heel is lifted. Take your hands to your hips. Your hips face forward, both knees are bent. Then keep the curtsy legs, but straighten as you lift up. So you're keeping the placement, but the legs get straight. Then go down to the ground and unwind. So it's 2, curtsy, hips, sky, down, unwind. 3, curtsy, hips, sky, down, unwind. 4, curtsy, hips, sky, down, unwind. 5, curtsy, hips, sky, down, unwind. 6, curtsy, hips, sky, down, unwind. 7, curtsy, hips, sky, down, unwind. 8, curtsy, hips, sky, down, unwind. Inhale to a tabletop. Exhale, fold over. Take your right leg long back behind you in a low lunge. Reach your arms forward and up. Simultaneously, take your hands to fists at your hips as the right knee comes in. So the hands are at fists at the hip as the right knee comes in. Then we're going back to that lunge. 7, knee in, lunge. 6, lunge. 5, lunge. 4, lunge. 3, lunge. 2, lunge. 1, lunge. Come to stand, your hands come down. Sweep the arms out and up. Dive forward, go out and all the way down. Inhale to a tabletop. Exhale, fold over. Left leg goes long back behind you in a low lunge. Reach your arms forward and up. Now, when we take the knee into the chest, we'll have the hands at fists by our hips. Do it now. Stay here for a second. So you're flexing the foot like you're standing on a very high step. Your fists are at your hips. Let's go back to a lunge. 2 knee, lunge. 3 knee, lunge. 4 knee, lunge. 5 knee, lunge. 6 knee, lunge. 7 knee, lunge. 8 knee, lunge. Walk your back foot forward, your hands come down. Sweep the arms out and up. Dive forward, go out to the sides and down. Inhale, tabletop. Exhale, fold. Right leg goes long back behind. The arms come forward and up. You're in a high lunge. Hands to fists at hip, right knee in. Straighten the leg. Keep the leg straight, lower the heel down. The toe is lifted, and then come to stand. Sweep the arms out and up. Dive forward, the arms go out to the sides and down. Inhale, tabletop. Exhale, fold. Left leg goes long back behind. Arms reach forward and up. Fist to hip as the back knee comes into the chest. Lengthen this leg long. The heel comes down, the toes are up, and then step the foot in. Lower the hands down, sweep the arms out and up. Dive forward all the way down. Inhale to a tabletop. Exhale, fold over. Right leg goes long back behind. Arms come forward and up. Fist to hip, right knee in. Straighten the leg. Heel comes down. Fold forward all the way parallel to the leg. Your hands come down to high finger pads, framing this front foot. Step the foot in. Inhale, tabletop. Exhale, fold. Sweep the arms out and up. Dive forward. The arms go out to the sides and down. Inhale, tabletop. Exhale, fold. Left leg goes long back behind. You're in a low lunge. Reach your arms forward and up. Fist to hips. Back knee comes in. Straighten the leg. Lower the heel down. Bring your torso parallel to your thigh. Take your hands to high finger pads. Step the foot in. Inhale to a tabletop. Exhale, fold. Sweep the arms out and up. Dive forward, go out to the sides and down. Inhale to a tabletop. Exhale, fold over. Right leg goes long back behind. Arms come forward and up. Fist to hip, right knee into the chest. Straighten the leg. Lower the heel down. Come forward, parallel to the thigh. The hands come down. Right arm to the sky. Look up to see your thumb. Lower this hand down. Step the foot in. Inhale, tabletop. Exhale, fold. Left leg right away, long back behind. Arms come up, high lunge. Fist to hip. Left knee in. Straighten the leg. Lower the heel down. Come parallel to the thigh. Hands come down. Left arm to the sky. You're in a twist. Lower this hand down, step the foot in, inhale to a tabletop, exhale, fold. Take your right knee to the ground behind you. Take your left knee to the ground behind you. Plant your hands, slide your right leg long, left leg long. You're in a plank position, hold and breathe. Don't sag your hips. Keep your hips elevated as high as your shoulders. Instead of only pushing down into your hands, push down into your hands and push forward, so that you feel your arms are integrated into the sockets. Don't only push down into the hands and forward with the hands, but push into the feet so that you're firing up your legs. Take your right hand to tap your left shoulder and take it down. Same hand, 2 down, 3 down, 4 down, 5 down, 6 down, 7 down, 8. Left hand to tap right shoulder, 8 down, 7 down, 6 down, 5 down, 4 down, 3 down, 2 down, 1. Let's alternate right hand and left hand. 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, 6, 6, 7, 7, 8, 8. Stay in a plank. How can you distribute the weight more evenly? In your mind, return to the idea of stepping into something new this September. So how can you approach the situation a little bit differently, even if it's the same situation, even if it's the same person? even if it's the same long held plank. How can you make it easier on yourself? Lower yourself by bending the elbows, go all the way down to the mat, point your toes, and lift your legs. Reach your arms out to a T shape. Your forehead is lifted off the ground, but it's parallel to the ground, so you have length in the back of your neck. Lift your legs, lift your arms, then lower everything down. 7 up and down, 6 up and down, 5 up and down, 4 up and down, 3 up and down, 2 up and down, 1 up. Clasp your hands at your low back, lift your heart. Breathe here. Lower yourself down, separate your feet, tuck your toes, push yourself up to all fours, move your knees under your hips, point your toes, take your feet over to the right, sit behind your knees, take the feet out in front of you. Stay here. I just want to give you the side view. Right where you are, come to lay down, that the back of your head comes down, that the back of your shoulders come down. Lift your butt, you're in a bridge position, walking your shoulders closer to each other. Stay this lifted, but relax your gluteals. Breathe here. Can you lift your hips even higher? Lower yourself down, take your arms out to a T shape, take your feet off the mat, make your shins parallel to the ceiling, zip your legs together. Lift your head and your arms up. You're rounding your arms like you're holding the world. From the outside of your legs, tap your knees, then go back down. Let's even tap the heels down. So everything will come up, everything will go down. 7 up and down, 6 up and down, 5 up and down, 4 up and down, 3 up and down, 2 up and down, 1, do it again, 8 up, 7 up, 6 up, 5 up, 4 up, 3 up, 2 up, 1 up. Stay up, breathe here. Take your hands outside of your hips, your palms are face down, the hands are 2 inches off the ground, flex your feet, toes pulling towards your nose. Stay here, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Lower yourself down, take your arms to a cactus pose. Your shins are still parallel to the ground, your elbows are bent. Let's drop the knees all the way to the right elbow, turn your nose to the left. Take the knees to the sky and center, drop your knees to your left elbow, turn your nose to the right. Turn your nose to center, take your knees into your chest, take your hands onto your knees, take your legs to the sky, reach your arms straight back behind you. Lift your head, your hands, let the fingers tap the toes and go down. Fingers tap the toes and go down. 3, down. 4, down. 5, down. 6, down. 7, down. 8, down. Lower your hands down by your side, turn your palms up, lengthen your legs long away from you. When your feet get to the ground, just separate them a little bit, move the hands a little bit away from your body, close your eyes and settle in. Perhaps there's something you're going to be doing the same in this September and this year ahead. And maybe you can find a new relationship to it. The first step is to identify what is it that you want. The second step is to visualize exactly how you see it playing out. Wiggle your toes and wiggle your fingers. Draw your knees into your chest and wrap your arms around your shins. Roll over to your side and then use an elbow and a hand to push yourself up. Just coming to face me, sitting up. You can cross your legs, you can sit on your shins, however is comfortable that you can sit with a nice tall spine. Then take your hands to prayer in front of your heart and close your eyes. So as we embark on a new year, it's important to recognize that you are new. With each year, there's growth, and you're different. You're not exactly the same person that you used to be. You've learned. With each day, something new has come up, and you have adapted and changed. So you're starting this new year with a new you. Bow your head down into your heart, looking inward to your adaptability, to your ability to change, to move with what comes your way. Lift your head, place your hands in your lap, separate your eyelashes to open your eyes. Thank you so very much for joining me for this power yoga. My name is Marissa.